Hey, this is BrickTsar, and I've had a number of questions that people have asked, and some of them I get quite often. So I wanted to kind of address those questions and the answers to them. And what it is people ask, well, why do I buy so many of one set? What do I mean when I say part out a set? And how do I organize my pieces? So I'm going to try to cover those three here. And for instance, I have these 6 Minotaur sets. This was Lego games that I bought on clearance. And I don't buy them because I like the games, because the games are quite lame. But the games themselves, the boxes and the pieces are pretty cool in some of these. And the Minotaurus is one of my favorite because you get a lot of lime bricks. You get a 32 by 32 base plate, which pretty much makes it worth buying. And you also can use the boxes for storage. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So the first thing I need to do is open one of the boxes and show you the contents, which I'll just get the plastic off of this. And the reason the games make good boxes is because they are designed to store your pieces in. Unlike a lot of the Lego boxes, they're real thin construction. These are thick, so it's really good for storing pieces. So what I do is get the box open. I set the instructions or stickers. If they had stickers, I'd set those aside. This one has the little template, so I set all that aside and divide the bags. You get usually different bags. Like you get this one, you get a big bag, you get a small bag, and a medium-sized bag. You get the dice. I can get the base plate out and the base plate. So you get. So what I'll do is when I open all the other boxes here, I'll put all the big bags together, all the dice together, all the instructions together, the medium-sized bags, little bags, and base plates. I'll put them all together. So I'm going to put the big bag, I'll put it in a box, the medium in a box, and then the small one in a box, and I'm going to go through and open all 6 of them, or the other 5. Okay, I've opened all 6 boxes, so I got, over here I got 6 base plates. I got the 6 large bags, the 6 medium bags, and the 6 smaller bags. I put all the instructions and the template there, and I got my 6 die, whatever you call them. And so now I'm ready to part out each individual bag. But first I'm going to show you what I do with the box. Now I like using these games boxes for storage, but with all the printing on them, doesn't make it good for marking them to tell what's in the box. So what I do is I take the box, the lid, alright, and it's got little tabs in here, and they use a little glue to hold it. The 2 sides will not have glue, so you take those out, and then the other 2 sides have glue. So sometimes it comes apart real easy, sometimes it doesn't, but I just go like that, separate the glue. So I got the box open like that, then I turn it inside out. Kind of get it going there. Hold that down. Do the other side. Sometimes you need like 3 hands to do this. Alright, so I got that. And voila. So now I've turned it inside out. So now I have a nice brown box, like so. And I can take my Sharpie and I can write on the side of the box. I can either label it with a number, or I'll write what's in the box there, or the set number if I use it to store a set, like a used set that I don't have the original box. And these are good, sturdy boxes. I'm sure it's not what Lego intended us to do with these boxes, but it's how I make use of them, and it's cheaper than buying containers. Because what I paid for the set, I get, considering that I get the base plates with those Minotaur sets, I get a storage container, which, if you buy a container, a plastic one, it's going to cost you anywhere from $1 to $3 for one about this size. So, it's a good thing to store stuff in. Okay, and now I've taken some of the Monster 4 boxes and I'm using them as sorting trays. I've set them out on my table, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one of the bags. I'm going to start with the larger bag and see what's in it. What you get, I'll sort them out and speed this up or something. Now normally I would just throw these in one of the sorting trays, but I just wanted to show you what was in the large bag. You get these corner bricks, 5 different colors. You get a bunch of 1x4, you get a bunch of 1x2s and 1x3 limes. You get a bunch of lime plates, a couple of tiles, a couple of light bluish gray 2x2 plates, and then some green bricks. And I'll put each in a different box, and then as I open the other bags I'll just throw them in there, and then I'll have all the pieces together. So since I had 6, I'll take the number 6 and multiply it by the number of pieces. So I'd end up having 6 red 1x2s. I'd have 24 corner green bricks, and so on. And so by the time I get done, I'm going to have a ton of tiles. And look how many 1x2 lime green bricks I got. I mean, this is a ton. So this is a really good deal for this set. And so I have all these bricks and plates and tiles just from these few sets here that I got. And it's easier for me to do a bunch of the same set at the same time because I'm grouping together like parts. Alright, now I've sorted out the large bag, so I got all the 1x8 bricks there, the 1x10s, and see, everything's sorted by the type and color piece it is. Ready to go. And the bigger bags I usually do 1 or 2 at a time. The smaller bags, I'm not going to show those in this video, but when I do those I'll usually dump 5 to 10 of them all out at one time, and I usually do it on the carpet because it's easier for me to sort them out on the carpet, while I'm watching TV or something, and just get them out that way. You just usually start with the bigger pieces and work your way down to the smaller ones. Like when I was doing this one, I started out with the green bricks, took them out, and I was left with usually the last one I put in a box was the 1x2 bricks there, and that's what I do. So I get all these, and I'll have them in different places in my inventory, which I'll show you. Alright, here's one shelf. Now this is not my personal inventory, this is my store inventory, and I've labeled the sides of these boxes with alphanumeric, and so whenever I put parts in there, I put in my store inventory which box it is in. And so when somebody buys a particular part, on the remarks section it will say which box it is in, and I come over here and I pick it out of there. And so I got them labeled like that, and I still haven't got them all labeled like this, but eventually I will. It makes it easier to find stuff, and it's probably a good idea to do in personal inventory too, if you get a large collection. And I also have different bins. This is originally the way I started it. I got this bin at Costco, and it'll say this one. All the bins are gray, and I labeled them alphanumerically. Started A is top shelf, then B shelf, and then however many bins are in each shelf. So somebody orders something, and I look on my sheet and it says it's in C1. I come over here to C1, and I'll find it. And most of the time, I'll have it in a separate bag. And sometimes I'll put the part number on the bag, And it always makes it easy when somebody buys the entire inventory, because then all I got to do is just take the bag out and throw it in their order, and I'm ready to go. So just keeping them labeled that way. So this is that bin. And here's another shelf. It's got smaller bins, and they're yellow. And I labeled them the same way as I did the gray bin. And a lot of my minifigure parts over here are smaller parts. And I'll just, pull them out, and there they are. So somebody's ordered something, it's an A1. In fact, somebody just ordered one of these knights here, and they ordered one of them, so I opened the bin up and got one out of the bag and packed it in their order, and it's ready to go. So I hope this video answers some of your questions, what it means to part out a set, how I organize my pieces, what I do with the boxes. So that's something I do. It's part of my hobby. Sometimes I'll use these pieces in my personal collection. Sometimes I sell them. And sometimes when I'm building a model and I need pieces, I can actually find the part in my own store, and I'll just take it out of my inventory and I'll use it in our personal collection. We do that quite a bit. But it's just what I do, and that's why I buy so many of one set. And usually when I'm buying bulk quantities, like 5 or more of a particular set, I'm not paying full price. I'm getting them when they're on clearance. And I figure once they're on clearance, people didn't want them anyway, and I'll sometimes just wipe out the entire amount that the store has, and so, I'll just go and put them in my Bricklink store. And sometimes you get some really cool pieces, and sometimes I'll check what the inventory of that set is, and that'll determine whether I buy even more of them. For instance, the Captain America that was on sale, I bought a bunch of those because you get minifigures with them. Anytime you get minifigures with a set, that's good. So I'll eventually get to parting those out, and some others. But I'm just kind of behind right now. I'm trying to get some of my stuff that's in my store inventory videoed, and it's a lot of work. So I'll get around to doing some of these other things. In fact, I'm just going to set this stuff aside. I'm not even going to put it in my inventory. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a video to show you how I organize my inventory and what I do with the boxes. Thanks for watching BrickTsar.